Hey guys, Mark McMahon Real Estate. Today I want to tell you about what I call hybrid flipping. It's a form of flipping we started doing a while back, and it works great because it doesn't cost you anything. So I'm going to show you the house we did it on. It was about a month of construction and literally 3 days on the market. We got 3 all-cash offers, and all of them were above asking. So what I'm gonna do is explain to you what it is really quickly so that you'll understand it. Then we're gonna take a walk through the house and we'll go over the numbers. Hybrid flipping is simply finding a house that somebody wants to sell as a real estate agent, typically, but it needs a lot of work. And typically, because I'm an investor and I'm a real estate agent, I'll try to make an offer on that house and try to buy it for myself. But a lot of times people want to maximize their profits and they want to get the most out of it that they can, obviously. So what I'll do is I will then tell them, look guys, we can get a lot more money for this house if we do a few things. Typically the way we do it is we'll go in and we will tell the customer, look, this is what we're going to do to the house to get it to where it'll sell for much more money. We'll give them a base price. We'll say that, look, this house, the way it sits, is gonna sell for, let's say, $450,000. If we do some cosmetic repairs and do some things to it that need to be done, it will fetch near $550,000. So all we're going to ask of you, if you guys wanna move forward with doing the rehab and making more money, is we will give you a number for what the repairs will cost. You will pay us through escrow when the house closes. Now, we will also put a lien on your property for the amount of money that is, so that we'll make sure that we get paid, right? Just in case something happens along the way, then that just ensures us that we'll be getting paid. A lot of people will want to just go ahead and do the repairs and get it paid through escrow. They don't mind putting a lien on the house, that's fine, whatever. We'll just do a small trust deed for the amount. So what we'll typically do is we'll figure out what the cost is going to be to fix it. And typically I'll charge between $25,000 and $40,000 to run the job, depending on how much work is involved. Something like this one, it was about $30,000. It ended up being a lot more work than we thought it was gonna be, but I put enough money in there to cover that. And then I think we had about $35,000 in construction costs on this one too. But we ended up getting about $100,000 more. So for roughly $60,000, they ended up getting $40,000 more out of the house. A great win for them and also a great win for us. Now, obviously, I've got a lot more time involved in this than a regular listing, but I also charge accordingly. Now, number one, you've got very little money out of pocket, and you can also have the client pay the contractor costs up front also, and then pay your fee through escrow. That way, you're not on the hook for anything at all. Now, if you want to supercharge a hybrid flip, to add the great bonus onto it is if you're going to get the listing. So I've done these before just for people when I've gone and done listing appointments where I've told people, look, we can do this, this, and this to the house, and they've ended up not wanting to sell it after we've done the repairs, which is funny, but yeah, it's happened. But we still ended up getting paid for the construction work. And basically that's just managing the contractors. Doesn't take that much time, and you do end up making pretty good money from it. On this one, we got everything. We got the rehab, we got paid for it, and we also got the listing on this one. So that's the best scenario you can get. So it's a hybrid flip with a kicker, which is the listing at the end. So anyway, let's walk through the property. I'll explain what we did. First of all, out here, everything we did was very cosmetic on this house. It's a newer home. We painted the fascia because it was looking aged. We tore everything out of the front yard. We replanted everything, greened up the grass. The water had been shut off for quite some time, so everything was completely dead here. And then there was a lot of furniture inside, paint needed, all kinds of things. But let's walk through the house and see. Come on in, let's take a look. Up here, after we got done, tearing out all the plants, there was a wrought iron gate through here and wrapped around here, and it was covered with vines. And I was gonna leave that for security reasons, but it's a great neighborhood. We don't have to worry about that here. So we ended up taking that out. I'm so glad we did, because this was so dark and looked so much like a cave when we first walked up. It was kind of almost spooky. So anyway, that was great. Did I mention we got this in escrow? 9 offers, 3 cash offers in less than a week. These prehabs work great, guys. They work great. And a lot of agents will suggest to people, look, here's a painter, here's a plumber, here's this, here's that. It ends up taking forever. The homeowner ends up doing all of the running around and buying materials and things like that, and it just takes longer and longer and longer. This is so much more one-stop shopping for the client. Yes, you are charging them for your time, but you should be charging for your time. I hear so many agents that go in and they'll run these jobs for free, just for the listing. I disagree with that. I totally disagree with that. It can take you just as long to do all of that as it does to actually do the whole deal. So I think you should charge for your time. If you don't, that's your decision. But I've been doing it for years and it works great. And my clients are always happy. So anyway, what we did in here is we painted everything. The curtains were existing, they were filthy. We took them down, we washed them and put them back up. The floors had recently been replaced, which was good. In here, light fixtures had just been redone, another bonus. In the family room, we did what we do all the time, which is simply clean out the fireplace and paint it so it looks nice and clean. That's on a prehab, that is one of the things that just really blows people away. It's like, oh, the fireplace looks brand new. It's like, yeah, we actually swept it out and painted it. But it just makes such a big difference. Over here, we had a couple of foul, disgusting, ugly wall sconces that we took down and just put plates over them. Again, in here, there wasn't much work to do other than massive cleanup. It was quite dirty. The person that had been living here before hadn't taken care of it towards the end of being here, the tenant that was in here. So the kitchen had been recently done, so we didn't have to do anything there. A lot of switches, plates were replaced throughout the house. This bathroom, I believe, was just paint and a faucet, and that was it. Moving down here, again, just paint. This is the master bedroom. We cleaned there's only 3 rooms of carpet here, and we cleaned all of them. This one didn't come out right. So we went ahead and replaced the carpet in here, left the carpet in the other 2 rooms. That was good. This window, if I remember correctly, was covered with something so you couldn't see through it, so we had to scrape that so you could see. And you can also see we've got a pretty awesome view of the valley here, and I think that probably had a lot to do with selling so quickly. In the bathroom, we didn't do a lot in here either. Deep clean. It's amazing how much cleaning will do in paint. Paint and cleaning will do so much. We did end up replacing all the door hardware. We replaced every single faucet in the house just because these can be issues on inspection when people come in for inspections, when the inspector comes in. So typically on these rehabs also, we're covering all of the details that are going to come up in an inspection, so we don't have to deal with that crap and deal with reductions or credits or anything else when we're going through escrow. So we try to come in and be very proactive about anything that's bad. So we'll do plug checks on everything, switch checks. I know we ended up replacing a couple of plugs, a couple of switches here, just to circumvent those issues. Everything has been checked out. The air dryer duct, everything's been gone through, cleaned, whatever needs to be done just so that those inspections will go very, very smoothly. In here, we've got a walk-in closet. We didn't really do much in here. We took down a bunch of racking over here because it made the room look too crowded, in my opinion. So we left this up. Not my favorite kind of closet organizer, but it looks pretty decent now. It didn't look so good with all that over here. So that was it for this room. All right, so the rest of what we did here, very basic. Again, in this bathroom, deep cleaning, faucets, doorknobs here, carpet cleaning, this den/bedroom, I believe it was just paint in here. And then laundry room, paint, deep cleaning, and then the garage was stacked full of stuff. So we ended up hauling off a lot of old furniture and a lot of old things that the previous tenant left behind. So that was probably a couple of days worth of work right there. There was quite a lot of material to haul off. So that was part of our job scope too. But you can see the 3-car garage looks great. Newer water heater. Everything works. We've checked it all out. You know, one of the things you want to do is make sure on these houses, so these are just things that you should do before the inspector comes in, is make sure that the garage door opener stoppers work. You know, there's a camera that goes across there. If you cross the beam, it's supposed to stop in reverse. If it doesn't, make sure you fix it because the inspector will be checking that. And the shorter that list of repairs is, the better it looks for your buyer. And that's pretty much it for the inside. So let's go to the outside in the backyard real quick, and I'll show you what we did back here. Now back here was a little bit of a problem because it was so desolate and dead. There was nothing alive back here. And we also replaced screens and things around here too, just to make sure that we weren't gonna get called out on that. So we redid all the sprinkler system here too, because that's one of the things, you know, we cleaned up all the sprinkler cables over here and reran a lot of the sprinklers, reset timers. This all back here got all new sod, all new plants. We took out some trees. We took out a lot of dead plants, and we just cleaned it up, and now it looks great as far as I'm concerned. I think we did a great job here. We put mulch in all the flower beds, which is a very inexpensive way to make things look good. And painted everything, put an inexpensive light fixture there, and that's pretty much it. You know, outdoor fixtures we replaced. But for the most part, guys, this was very cosmetic. It took quite a while. It's a big house, and there was a lot of little things. There was a lot of little details, hinges and things like that that needed to be replaced. But we went through and did all that, guys. Just when you do this, go through and make a very, very detailed list of everything that you're going to do and attach a price to it. Then you're going to bring your contractors in, have them price it, and then you're going to go back to the homeowner and give them a price either two ways. You can either tell them, look, I'll give you the phone numbers of all the contractors and you can deal with them, or if you want to pay me to manage the job, I'll do it. I'll make sure it gets done quick and I'll make sure it gets done correctly. So you can hit them up like that, or you can just simply give them a price for what it's going to cost for the labor plus your fee. You can just give them one number for that. So on this one, I believe that number was right around $55,000, I believe, with everything that we did, which was about what it would cost the homeowner to have them do it if they hired all their own subcontractors. So it's not a bad deal, not a bad deal at all. And then again, the kicker is we got the listing on this, guys. And that's an amazing thing in and of itself, because I mean, for most of us as real estate agents, that's what we're looking for, right? But this is even better because on top of that, we basically got, 2 to 3 commissions on one deal. And now we've got a very happy client that owns multiple homes like this that will be calling us again because all they have to do is pick up the phone and say, Mark, I want to sell 123 Main Street. I need you to go in and give me a price on fixing it up, getting it ready to put up for sale, and I want you to list it. Think about how simple that is. One of the things I've learned in this business, and we give excellent service and we do a great job, so this is no reflection on us. But one thing I've noticed is that people will use someone over and over and over, even if they don't do a fantastic job, just because they don't want to go through the hassle of dealing with somebody new, right? They want to deal with the known rather than the unknown. You go in and you do what we do, which is give spectacular service every single time. And not only will they use you over and over, they will refer you to their friends. Because a lot of people like this that have these nicer rentals, sometimes they want to sell one, sometimes they want to sell them all. And you can do a couple of things. You can go in and you can try to buy it from them and come up with, $400,000 cash to buy it, and then do the rehab, and then put it on the market and hope it sells in time and hope you make a profit, which is half of our business. Or you can simply go in with no money out of pocket and do exactly what we did. 0 money out of pocket other than my time. And again, we get paid for the rehab and we get paid to sell the house. Customer was more than thrilled to do that because they don't have to deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. And more than likely, especially if you're dealing with investors that are selling rentals, they bought it a long time ago, super, super cheap. This house was originally $200,000. I think they paid for it, and we just sold it for $555,000. Plus, the buyer's agent dropped his commission down 0.5%, so that saved them another $2,500. So in essence, they got $557,500 or something towards in that area on a house they paid $200,000 for. So they don't mind paying a little extra money just to not have to deal with it, guys. Hybrid flips are the way to go. And there's probably a million different names out there. I just came up with that. We've been doing this for years and it works great. If you can put this in your arsenal along with investing for yourself and flipping for yourself and getting great listings for yourself, you will always be busy. We never have downtime. This is 2 houses we sold this week. One was a straight flip, one was a hybrid flip. And guys, we've got four more in the wings right now. So you can keep busy all the time with this kind of stuff because you've got more arrows in your quiver, right? You're not just going out and getting listings. Now you can help people do other things. Guys, I'll share more ideas and tips with you on how to make more money as a real estate agent and as an investor. Please stay tuned. If you liked what I said today, I hope you did. Please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and sign up for notifications so that you're notified every single time we drop one of these videos. I want to help you guys make more money. If you guys are interested in finding investors to work with, go to the link below and download our list on how to get your first 5 investors and 3x your income right away. Guys, look forward to hearing from you. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think, whether you loved it, whether you hated it. I don't care, but I'd like to hear. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. See you next time.